I'm a little late today again, but we are doing a little pep talk today. So for anyone who is water fasting, doing OMAD, doing another type of window of intermittent fasting, and just to backtrack, OMAD means 1 meal a day intermittent fasting. So if anyone is doing any of those plans, or you're on day one, or you want to lose some weight, you don't know where you want to start, or you're just feeling good and you want to get started for New Year's resolutions, or lose some weight, get healthy, let me know. Come check out the lives and we will continue to give you guys some motivation. Hi guys, a couple of you guys on here today. Hi Tara. I'm gonna do my wall of fame again because I do that at the beginning of each video. Hi Anna. So remember, first row is done. Those first 5 days were done. Next 3 days are done, and today I can't even reach the post-it because I'm going the wrong way. Day 9 is done. So we are moving on to day 10 tomorrow, or like soon, like now-ish. So now I will sit down again because I don't like standing up. I'm getting lazy. Aw, thanks Anna. Okay, so today I'm gonna give you guys a little bitty pep talk as soon as I install my little tripod over here. Can you guys see me okay? First of all, my skin, okay, I have some flaws, but they will go away soon. I'm feeling confident about my skin, and then I come up close to the camera and I regret doing that. But in general, I feel like pretty flawless, except I have a little, those are probably some old scars. But feeling pretty good, guys. Skin is glowing, mood is good, walking slowly like a turtle, because that's what you have to do when you're water fasting, because or else you will get very tired and lightheaded. So I hope anybody who's water fasting is walking very slowly. Okay. So far, I am feeling so much better. I gained a little bit of weight kind of like over the course of November and December because I was just being a little naughty. Oh my god, sorry, my tripod, guys. Okay, let's fix this. How to fix the tripod? Okay. It's so jiggly. It's one of those ones with the 3 little jiggly. Oh my god. Okay, that didn't work, sorry. Yeah, so I'm feeling really good so far. I feel like I've gone down a couple sizes already because everything is feeling looser, and I pretty much by far lost all the weight that I had put on. I mean, I hadn't put on that much, but I lost all that weight and I'm feeling good. I had thoughts about eating today. Wow, Jeremy's at 228 already. That's crazy. Whoa. Do you feel smaller though in terms of like wearing clothing? Do you feel smaller? Because there is some water weight in there, but you are losing tons of fat as well and healing your gut and your insulin resistance. So keep it up. Kudos to Jeremy, guys. Everybody applaud Jeremy. I know a lot of you guys are on day 9 as well, but Jeremy's been posting his updates every day on the lives, and he's totally smashing his goals. Like, I'm so impressed. We're going to guide you through the refeed to make sure that you stay on track with that afterwards. Today I was feeling a little bit hungry, and again, it was not the physical. It was not the physical hunger. It was the mental hunger. Aw, go Jeremy, look at that. I think you guys have like a little bit of a lag from when I talk until when you post the comment, because it comes like a couple seconds after for me. But today we're going to talk, okay, you can't even see me. Today we're going to talk about a pep talk. And my mental hunger is because I know maybe a lot of you guys have kids or families, partners, husbands, wives, boyfriends, things like that. And a lot of the time we're responsible or are like, we're the main people that do the cooking in the family. And that could be tough while water fasting, especially if you have like a husband or kids or a wife or a boyfriend, because they deserve food too, or a girlfriend. Sorry, I forgot girlfriend. So I've been cooking every single day, like either once or twice a day. Sometimes I try to cook one and do some leftovers afterwards to make it easier for myself. And it's crazy because the food, I can't taste it. My husband's making broccoli and cheese soup tonight. It smells so good. Yeah, does it trigger you guys when I talk about food, or are you guys at a point where it's okay now? Let me know. So instead, I'll just say like the dish. So I was making this super delicious dish and it was like sizzling, and I was like, well, that's pretty healthy. I want to eat it. But then I told myself, remember, while you're fasting, you have your entire life to eat the foods you love. After your fast, you can go ahead and eat that delicious sizzling plate of whatever you were making about this anonymous food that I will not name. Okay? You have your entire life to eat that food. Remember that. So don't fret. Okay, you don't need to be upset. It's called delay, not deny. So eat it eventually, just don't eat it right now. It's going to be so much easier. Again, I always talk about in my videos, especially my pep talk, about how you're going to have so much time in your life to eat the foods you love until you die. Okay, you have your entire lifespan to eat the foods that you love. So a couple days on the grand scheme of things is not going to kill you, you know? And what you guys will notice, which some people were mentioning yesterday, is that when you're cooking, you actually start to smell the foods, right? You smell the foods, and when you get past that super hungry, like irritable point, because you know, we kind of get that irritability at the beginning where we're like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm so hungry. I have headaches, hate everyone. You're like angry. But after that, you realize that you're good. That's awesome, Zach. I've never done a smoothie cleanse, and in terms of the autophagy, the reason a lot of us are doing water fasting is because it actually cleans your gut, and it's a good way. I'm sure actually juice cleanses and smoothies do as well, depending on what you put in your smoothie, but autophagy is really, really prominent in smoothie cleanses, so I'm wondering like how many times a day you're having them and stuff like that. But anyway, let's go back to the pep talk. So when you realize that you actually can eat the foods you love, like that food that you're looking at, imagine you're cooking a dish and all of a sudden you have this little like, I'm really hungry, I want to eat it because it looks so delicious. So you know, in just a couple days from now, whether it's a week or 2 weeks from now, you can have that food, no problem. So what is there to be upset about? You just have to have a little bit of discipline to give yourself a little bit of time to have it later. I'm just checking my likes, guys. I only have 8 and there's 21 of you on here. What else can you say we haven't eaten this decade? Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys have eaten everything you want. Even that food that you're looking at, that you're craving, you probably had that not too long ago. So why do you need to eat it right now? Like, let some time go by, reach your goals, feel that sexiness, that confidence, get to the level that you want to be, and then bring them back in moderation if they're bad food. And if they're delicious, tasting, looking, normal foods, like healthy foods, you can have that later as well. And then you won't feel guilty about incorporating it to your plan anyway. The dish, okay, I'm going to just say it, so I don't think this is going to trigger anyone, but I make this celery dish, and I put a little bit of starch in it, but if for keto, you could put xanthan gum. Brooke, girl, I've been watching you all day. It's motivation. Hi, Brooke. Oh, no, Brooke is irritable. Brooke is hitting that hangry phase. Day 2 is the hangry phase where you're kind of like, oh, my life sucks. I can't eat. Why am I doing this? My life's over. I'm depressed. Like, that's day 2. But I've been making, like, one of my favorite dishes I'm super obsessed with lately is a dish that I learned from my boyfriend's mom. And you just cut up some celery and you put a little bit of starch, or if you're keto, you could put some xanthan gum to do the thickening agent, and you put some nuts on it, like cashews, or alternatively, you could put some shrimp on it. And it's like the best dish in the world, and it's super, super keto, and it's actually so tasty. I actually have, do I need to jump? No. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna turn the camera. But yeah, so as long as you eat that, I have a recipe of that on my channel. I don't have that many recipes, but I have a recipe of the celery and shrimp on my channel. If you guys are curious, watch it after your fast, because you'll get hungry with the noises, because the noise of sizzling food kind of gets you triggered. I was talking about this yesterday, that even before you actually eat your food, if you just expect the food and you see the food, then you start getting hungry and start salivating, and your insulin actually spikes at that point. So just to let you guys know, in one of my fasts, I was getting super excited about my refeed, even though I was on like day 7 or something. So I was like browsing the Reddit things and watching these keto recipes and OMAD meals and this and that and this and that, and writing down all these amazing keto recipes I was gonna make after my fast. And I kind of like wish I didn't do that, because it actually made my fast a little harder, but it built my mental resilience a lot more. Someone was talking about, I just missed your comment, but someone was talking about The heartburn, I did the first few days. I put the goal so small and delayed eating just a few hours at a time. Soon enough, not really worth it. Oh my God, that's what I do. Yeah. Jodianne, I'm not sure. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Don't look at food all day when you're fasting. Like, just try to avoid. Even Netflix has too many triggers of food and stuff. Just try to complete. Because one thing about our food addiction, right, is actually the obsession with food. So even if you're not eating it, I kind of realized this later on because it's not super normal. I realized this because it's not only the fact that we're not eating food is really good, but the fact that most of us with a food addiction have this like obsession about food, whether it's looking at food, smelling food, eating food, thinking about food, it occupies our thoughts all the time. And that's what I'm trying to get away from and just kind of become a normal person who doesn't have these crazy addictions to food. So that's kind of why I'm trying to suggest not necessarily always obsessing over food. And trust me, like I did it a lot. Like during my fast, I don't know if watching food is kind of still something that I'm working on, but I'm trying to look at both spectrums of it. Because on one side of things, by watching food videos, I feel like I'm personally building my mental resilience and being like, okay, I could see delicious food and not get triggered to eat or binge or anything like that from it. But on the other side, on the other spectrum, I'm thinking, why am I spending so much time looking at food pictures? So it really depends. Like I'm trying to find a balance between those two things and see what the healthy thing to do is. But I think it's a good thing to educate ourselves about these different keto recipes and stuff. So if you want to take that time during your fast and look for some healthy recipes, I think that's a good thing to do for your planning of your refeed and for the sustainability of the keto diet or whatever you want to follow after the fast. Again, a lot of people were commenting yesterday that not everybody likes the keto diet and some people like high carb, low fat, which I know I don't want to offend a lot of people, but truly, I can tell you from research that high carb, low fat is really not something that I recommend. And again, you guys are like free to do anything you want since it's your body. But as someone who has 225 pounds, thinking that carbs were okay and eating all the low fat stuff, like I've been there, done that. So I'm just trying to save you guys from that. I actually find food videos calming, reminds me that there are many good healthy things. Yeah, exactly. Keto for me. I actually do clean keto. What's dirty keto? I forgot what dirty keto is. Is it like some days you're not keto and some days you're good? I do keto. Is anyone else tongue dry out at night? Do I need to drink more water? Val, if you want, use the tongue scraper. I think you asked this question a couple days ago. I don't know if it was you, but use the tongue scraper and kind of scrape the stuff off your tongue because it will help with that gucky feeling in your mouth. I don't really like that feeling. Hope your fast aromat is going well. Hi, Dimitri. Dimitri's back. But yeah, so it's true that watching those soothing videos, like one thing that I did during my first ever fast, my first extended fast, the one I did this summer for 21 days, is that for some weird reason, I started watching these what's it called? ASMR. It's the videos where you hear the noise. What's it called again? The acronym, I forgot what it stands for. If someone can write it down, totally blanked on it. But it's the videos where someone's just like eating next to them. Yeah, Dimitri, someone's just like eating next to the microphone and like, and making all those chewing and eating noises, like having a giant feast and like binging off it. They're doing a mukbang, but it's like an ASMR mukbang. So I forgot what the word for ASMR. Do you guys know what it stands for? Just so I could tell people the actual acronym, what it stands for. I know, I completely forgot. But you hear them like crunching and stuff, and it's so satisfying, like watching other people. And then for a while, my boyfriend would be eating and I'd be like, and I'd watch him eat and he was like, stop being so creepy. Like, oh, autonomous sensory meridian response. So yeah. Very funny. I was just kind of like staring at him eat. And then for a while, like he knows that I'm fasting and he's like the one that I talk to about this stuff the most because he's been like the most supportive person in the whole world. Honestly, if he wasn't there, like he's my support. I'm supporting you guys, but like he's my support, you know? Like he's helping me. But then I get to a point where I become so motivated that I don't need any support anymore, and he's just like happy that I'm sticking to my goals, which makes him happy. Because when I'm happy, he's happy. You know how it works. But also, somebody asked me about two things. I answered this in a lot of other videos, but maybe I'm gonna try to keep this uh, also tongue scraper for the smell in the mouth, because try that and try like a little half a shot of apple cider vinegar with water. That will not only helps the acid reflux, but it's gonna help. And do some Listerine and stuff like that. Just don't eat, I always say this, don't eat the Listerine or the toothpaste. Like, don't drink it even though you're hungry, okay? um, what was I just saying? Okay, some people are asking me for dry fasting. I've answered this question before. I don't support dry fasting. During Ramadan, it's a whole different story because they're just dry fasting for religious reasons during the day, and it's only like several hours. It's from sunrise to sunset. But I wouldn't do dry fasting because there's no extra benefits that are so incredible that are worth risking the dry fast, because I don't know why. There's some people that talk so much about dry fasting on YouTube. They're like, oh, lose like 10, 15 pounds in 3 days dry fasting. But like 100%, guys, you're drying out your body. That's like all water weight. Even though technically our cells are like, our body's able to drink the water from our cells, and there's like a little bit of water, so it's sustainable, blah, blah, blah. But like, why do you want to lose 10 pounds in like 2 days or 3 days if you know you're going to gain it back? So I don't know what the point of going through that. MCT oil is oil and has calories, so definitely breaks your fast. Someone was asking me about exercise. A lot of people are training during this fast. I highly recommend just keep it really slow and doing some really light walking, because you guys are going to feel dizzy. Again, I'm not going to talk about dry fasting because I don't support it. So just don't do it. I mean, you guys all have your own opinions, so I'm not going to like force my opinions on you, but I'm going to completely ignore all dry fasting questions because I just don't agree with it personally. But I don't want to like stop anyone from doing what they want. But the thing about dry fasting in Ramadan is they're not going for like 5 days straight. These people online are telling you to go for 3, 4, 5 days straight without any water. But during Ramadan, you drink water at sunset, sunrise, and all through the night when it's dark. So that's the difference about Ramadan, which I don't consider that dry fasting. You're just abstaining from water, which by definition is dry fasting. But the dry fasting that people talk about is going for like 3 days dry fasting. So just don't do that. For religious reasons during Ramadan, sure. But after that, don't do it. What type of mayo do you use on keto? I use this like Japanese mayo. If you want, I could post the link. Oh no, I missed your question, Dimitri, about some mental motivator. If you can post it again so I can see it. I was going back to workout. If you're gonna work out, don't work out too much, because a lot of people fail the fast by pushing themselves too hard. Some people think that fasting is such an extreme lifestyle already. So just again, don't do like Tabata circuits or Tabata circuits. Don't do HIIT training. Don't do some crazy heavy weightlifting. Like your goal is not to pass out. Your goal is to just let your body do the work, detox and feel good, and let your body do the work. Your body's already working so hard internally to fix everything and clean everything and go through the process of autophagy. So let it do that and don't force so many things on it. Then a lot of people okay, I'm going to read it before it disappears. What has been one mental and physical motivator you've noticed from your fasting and nomad adventures? Healthy olives, oils, no, avocado, mayo, olive. What about jogging? I don't like jogging. Like, I feel like I would pass out if I'm jogging, so I would stick to walking. But if you're a jogger and you're jogging like super slowly, then go ahead. I feel like it would make me personally pass out during my fast, but you do it if you want. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, I'm still gonna get one dislike. You just watch after this video. If you guys can all go ahead and like my videos. If you guys can also share my video after this, like even if it's not this one, if you go on the playlist section, I have some shorter videos because the lives are hard to share because it's a lot of blabbering. So if you can go in the water fasting section, that's where I put a lot of my favorite videos. If you can pick one of those that you like and share it on your Facebook, Instagram, to your friends, on one of the other fasting groups, because I'm gonna get banned by them because I can't do self-promotion. If you guys post it on Reddit, like that really helps me, because my next goal this year is to get to 10K subscribers, and that would be like super awesome for me. But Anyway, so my mental and physical motivator, let me think about that. So, mental motivator for me, Dimitri, would be feeling like I'm in control. Because what happens to me when I feel out of control, it causes me to start feeling depressed and have a lot of negative thoughts about myself, get very insecure, and it just makes me feel like it'll cause everything else to spiral out in my life. So that's one mental motivator, is just to feel, oh, Melanie, ask your question in like 2 seconds because it will disappear, okay? Like as soon as I answer Dimitri's question, then post it and then I'll read yours first. So yeah, so mental motivator is really just feeling that feeling of control and self-control about eating, because it's that addiction about food that we have. And a lot of people don't call it an addiction. It's not necessarily, some people don't call it an addiction because it's food, and it's not necessarily, it's not like, it's tricky because if you have an alcohol addiction or a drug addiction or other types of addictions, it's something that most of the time you could quit cold turkey and just never have it again, and it won't affect your life. But at no point in your life can you actually stop to eat. Melanie, it's always better to break. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna answer your question after, Melanie. But for food, the reason a lot of us don't call it an addiction is because food is something we need to sustain ourselves. So we don't classify it as an addiction, even though it is an addiction, because the addiction part comes from, excessively eating the foods that are bad and the junk foods, like, like the sugars and the carbs and the chips and this and that and desserts and those types of things. So it is essentially a food addiction. And if we were binging on like broccoli and steak, then maybe I wouldn't call it a food addiction. It's a specific food addiction. It's a processed food addiction. Same reaction. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say, Anna. Thank you for your words. So, exactly. So it's just, we don't call it a food addiction because we have to eat food, but then we are absolutely addicted to processed foods 100%. So, like, tell me one person, except on those, those shows, like, what's that show called? Like the weird things I eat, or weird food addictions, like when some people are eating like chalk every day, or some people are obsessed with peanut butter, or like, I don't know, tzatziki sauce or something. That's a funny show. But we really, really do most of the time have addictions to the bad foods, because nobody's gonna binge on broccoli. Like, tell me one person who's binged on broccoli. Kudos to my strange addiction. Yeah, Dimitri, that's the question. One physical motivator during this fast is just, honestly, it's kind of psychological too, but mental clarity. Really, like, I become so much more productive and energetic. I kind of talked about this before. I feel like my mind is so much clearer, and it gives me a clearer picture and keeps me very positive, because a lot of the time, humans, if we start thinking too much, we go downhill and we start getting really, really negative about certain things. So what fasting does, it allows me to see some progress, and when I see some progress, it helps my self-confidence. And when I see some self-confidence, it starts to tell me like, hey, we can do this. We don't need to stop, and we can keep going. Some people who don't have time to do keto. Oh, can you write your question again for the no time? All of them are disappearing. What happens if I click here? Live chat. Live chat. It was so hard to, oh, I can actually go back. Look at that. I can actually go back and see everybody's questions. I didn't know that. Okay. And then in terms of physical progress, obviously just the weight loss and seeing the weight shed off and feeling less bloated, that helps a lot too. Okay. I'm going to go back and answer some of these questions because I just realized I can hold them. What about those who don't have time to cook every day and have to eat out, and most options are junk food? So for Sarah's question, this is coming from a place of someone who used to hate to cook. Okay, I used to hate to cook. And then all of a sudden I worked really hard to develop those skills, and I learned how to cook meals very fast. Like making a shrimp and celery dish that I made for my partner the other day takes 2 seconds. You cut the celery and then you put some shrimp and you're done. It takes about 10 minutes. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna start posting some recipes. Like, honestly, I posted some recipes before and my recipe videos got like 2 views. So I thought maybe you guys are not interested because it's a water fasting water fasting channel. But if you guys are interested in seeing like super quick, super tasty recipes that are pretty keto or are fully keto, then let me know. I will post those because I think it's important to have a discussion about food and refeed and keto and how to maintain this lifestyle. Being someone who was 225 pounds, addicted to food, addicted to sugar, hated cooking, and been able to sustain this weight for a while. So let me know also in the comments, like when I post this video, just to remind me like how many people want me to share the recipes, because this is in the live chat. Yeah, quick recipes to share to work. Okay, let me see the other question. It was so hard to start my fast this time after eating crap during the holiday. Yeah, Heather, honestly, the more you eat crap, like I feel you on that. It's really hard to start your fast after that because you just need to give yourself like an easing in period. So first you start to just kind of cut the sugar out slowly because probably loaded up on some carbs and sugar during the holidays, and then slowly start to do some intermittent fasting and then do the fast. So don't try to do the fast cold turkey. It's pretty hard. Infinity asked me how many days I'm doing. I'm going for 21 days minimum, and day 10 is about to start. Can you give me some advice on getting started? I'm still in the holiday mood. Would like to start with this full moon mode. Oh, holiday mode. Okay, you fixed it. Getting started. If you click on my water fasting playlist, I made this whole video about mental programming, and I think that's the best answer I can give you because I really gave you guys a detailed way to feel like starting and try to like replan and reprogram your mind and able to go for the water fast. So if you want, just check that video out in my water fasting playlist. So go on my channel, click playlists and click water fasting, and you'll see one of those top videos is how to reprogram your mind. Click on that and watch it from the beginning to the end because I put some very valuable advice in there and I worked really hard on that one. So I highly recommend that. Sarah says we need some recipes to take to work. Oh no. Yes, please. Okay, so a lot of you guys want the recipes. Post the best recipes. I post the good stuff because I'm not going to live my life keto and not tasty food. It has to be delicious if I'm going to do keto and quit sugar. Like, we can't take everything out of our lives. The first 2 days, once you get in, that's it. Batch cooking helps me a lot. Yeah, a lot of people do batch cooking and then you have some leftovers. Is it possible to water fast until all the fat is gone? It's possible, or you can fast and then do some refeeds and then continue fasting again, maybe more sustainable. I wouldn't recommend fasting to the bone. Yeah, exactly. Same as I just said. I would recommend do some fasting, do some refeed. When you feel good, do some fasting again, because as much as we have a lot of minerals and stuff already stored and nutrients stored in our fat and in our bodies, it's still a good idea to get like the proper nutrients from food once in a while. So just kind of get in this habit of like doing a longer fast, refeeding for a while, and then continuing. Joe Deanne, I'm on day 5 and I'm starving. Experienced the loss of hunger day 2 because of my exercising. Day 4 or 5, I had coconut water. Okay, someone asked me about coconut water on Instagram today, and I think it was you. Was it you, Joe Deanne, that asked me about that on Instagram today? So for coconut water, I have to tell you guys that coconut water, I don't want to like make you guys sad, you know, but okay, it was Jody M. So I know you said you had like 3 ounces or something after your workout because you did your workout today. So it's not going to kill you. It's not like a do or die type of thing. But the thing about coconut water is that on average, coconut water in 1 cup of coconut water has about 45 calories. And I think it has like 8 grams of sugar or something. I wrote it down. I forgot today. But I think it has like let's just average, because it was either 4 or 8, but let's just say 6 grams of sugar in 1 cup of coconut water. So it has a lot of sugar. So I wouldn't recommend, like, it's not something that you can actually take without breaking your autophagy and stuff and without breaking your fast. So I would try to stay away from coconut water. I know a lot of channels, yeah, exactly, it has too many calories. Yeah, exactly. So you guys, we're all on the same page. So I mean, I don't want you to do, yeah, honestly, if you're eating the coconut water, two things are making you hungry. First of all, you had a really crazy session with your trainer today. You felt really good during, but then it's gonna make you hungry afterwards. That's why I recommend not doing some crazy workouts. Like, keep it light weights. When I work out during my fast, I do like 5 pounds, even though like I can do like the glute press when you're on your knees, the kneeling glute press on the Smith machine, I could do like 365 pounds at some point. Like I have videos on Instagram of me doing it. So I'm trying to say that I like heavy weights, but during fasting, I don't recommend heavy weights. And the second thing that's making you hungry is definitely the coconut water, because you kind of like keep spiking your insulin, and then that sugar is causing you to be hungry, and then it's just kind of going to be a vicious circle. So try keeping your workouts light. I know you're enjoying working out with your trainer, and try to skip the coconut water and just go to normal water. Or you can drink black coffee, tea, you can drink some sparkling water, which unsweetened sparkling water with no sucralose, no stevia, no artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are a no-no during the fast as well. Yeah, try to stick to those. Like, the funny thing about fasting, right? I get like an email or like Instagram messages or Facebook messages from you guys every day saying, can I drink this on my fast? And can I have this on my fast? And can I do this on my fast? And can I eat this or have this? And the main thing, yeah, 0 calories. Herbal teas, club soda, black coffee. Yeah, exactly. So the main thing I'm trying to get to is that you guys are asking me, or not particularly you guys, but people in the group or people in the community are asking me like every day, like, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? Like, instead of focusing on the way to get around water fasting and have all these like kind of cheats in order to be able to sustain the water fast, why don't we just kind of back up and try to stick to water? And if you have kind of an emergency, then you go ahead and have some like coffee or tea. Like coffee, tea is fine anyway. Black coffee, herbal tea, like I said, unsweetened sparkling water. Somebody just asked me about electrolytes. Just make sure that on your electrolytes on the label, it says no sucralose, no aspartame, no artificial sweeteners, no natural sweeteners, no monk fruit, no stevia, no xylitol, none of that. So just make sure you check your label, because that could be hindering your progress. And again, you guys have your entire life to eat these things. You can eat artificial sweetener later. Well, not artificial. I always stick to natural sweetener. But even natural sweetener is something that we should kind of detox off, because I don't know, I'm like, I have a lot of natural sweetener, but I noticed that when I quit sugar for a while, then I started incorporating the natural sweeteners like monk fruit and erythritol back into my diet so I can make some keto treats. You kind of start to get a sweet tooth again. Even though it's like the healthier option out there, it still kind of feels like it evokes the same type of insulin response, which is not necessarily a fact. This is just how I feel. Because then you can go ahead and like start binging on like the keto stuff. Like I had told you guys in June or July or something like that, August, when I started making those like keto cream cheese cheesecakes, which I thought were like super healthy. But then, yeah, exactly. Demetria always has the right words. It unleashes the sugar beast, even though it's not sugar. It's the same kind of feeling, even though the label says it's like low glycemic index, and it talks about, what kind of tea do you have? If it's good tea, never had nutrition facts. Okay, I'll answer you in a second. But yeah, it kind of makes you crave the sugar. And the label of those I think I showed you guys yesterday. Ugh. I put them away. But as I showed you guys yesterday, like it says low glycemic index. Where is it? Okay, well, it doesn't even say it. Does it say it? No. It does not affect blood sugar and has a glycemic index of 0. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I like it, but just once in a while. We don't need to be eating like keto desserts every day. If you guys are doing keto desserts every day, okay, if Alana wrote something, I missed it, so I'm going to go back and see what she wrote. Hey guys, on day 3, 9 pounds. Wow, mostly water weight. Gained about back 20 pounds over the holiday. It's an accomplishment nonetheless. Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as you started fasting and you're losing what you gained temporarily, which I don't call a true gain anyway from the holidays, you're good to go. Alicia said, what kind of tea? How do you know if it's good tea? Never has nutrition facts. Green tea is okay. Oolong tea is okay. Most herbal tea is okay. Just try to avoid the ones that taste sweet, because if you can see that they have little pieces of fruit in it, like little dehydrated pieces of fruit, they probably have some sort of sugar and calories in it. Melanie, you asked me a question like a long time ago and you never asked again, so I'm gonna go hunting for your question. because I feel sad that I didn't answer it. Are you still there? Okay, Melanie's putting a sad face. Sad face. I see Melanie's sad face. Melanie, what's your question? Healthy oils, avocado, mayo, olive oil. What was your question? Was your question about what type of mayo that I use? Because I did answer that. I talked about how I use Japanese mayo. And mayo in general, I mean, maybe because I use Japanese mayo, but I think they have like 0 carbs or something. Or 1 carb. I think it's 0. Let me go check. I don't know if I have the package. Can you guys give me like 10 seconds? Okay, I don't have the label, but it's this funky looking one. I just buy it because as a lot of you guys know, like I live in the Chinese supermarket. I don't go to regular supermarkets anymore. She asked if she should drink bone broth after refeeding, even if it was a 24 to 72 hour fast. I mean, I recommend still drinking bone broth. Like I said yesterday. Yeah, here's a mayo. Yeah, so I would still recommend drinking bone broth, like even if you're just doing OMAD or you're even doing any plan at all, it's still a good idea to drink bone broth because bone broth, as you guys know, is like natural Botox. Hi y'all, take it with a grain of salt. That's funny. Yeah, so I would just say drinking bone broth on a regular basis is still a good idea. Is Melanie still here? Are you still there? But if you don't like it, that's a different story. Then maybe find something that works for you. But it helps with collagen, so it's gonna help make your skin smoother. And it's just something that, like I said, you guys can make a batch of bone broth and freeze them in the freezer and just have like even like a little frozen ice cube worth of bone broth every day just to have it. It's just really, really good. So I would go ahead with doing that. The cool thing, I see that my arms are getting skinnier because they were a little chunkier during Christmas. I was a little fluffy. So I'm going to do a body update soon because I know you guys have been asking and waiting forever. And I will do one soon after this water fast. I'll post some new photos. And then I'll post like my before from the before, like when I was 225 so you guys can see it. Does it have soybean oil mayo? What do you weigh now? Like I was mentioning to you guys, I'm not weighing myself at the moment. I'm weighing myself at the end because I don't want to focus so much on weight. Keto items hard. I would have ordered most of those items on order. Okay, for keto items, you don't need to go for keto items because, you know, steak is, you know, meat is keto, cheese is keto, anything you want. Ooh, I like Zuska Light. I used to follow all their gossip. I never follow anyone's gossip, but they used to have the Body Rock TV, and then some like nasty stuff happened with her husband or something. Then they broke up, and then she started Zuska Light. Do people get loose skin if they lose a little weight from water fasting? Because autophagy actually, someone got mad at me when I said eats, but when it actually takes care and recycles and gets rid of and eats those old cells, it actually kind of takes care of the loose skin. Dr. Fung talks about this all the time. In general, on a weight loss plan, like even those biggest loser type of people, if you're doing some type of fast to incorporate into your lifestyle, usually your loose skin will be taken care of. The reason most people have so much loose skin is because they're doing like the typical low cal and high exercise diets where you lose a lot of weight, but you're not allowing your body to actually take care of the skin itself. So by fasting, your body kind of knows that that's like the first thing it's going to eat because it's like, oh, there's a bunch of loose skin here. I can eat it because I have some food. So go ahead and like do some fasting. It's not, at the end of the day, it's possible you have some loose skin. Like I was 225 and I'm like low. I'm like kind of in the 150s now. So yeah, I could post I'm playing with the mayo. I could post some of the recipes. Yeah, okay, I'll post some of the recipes in the live, in the forum after. If you guys haven't gone on waterfastingforum.com, again, I stress the importance of going on there, making yourself a daily journal, and just holding yourself accountable like that. I totally missed what Mohammed said. Water fasting, are you serious? She asked what kind of mayo. This is my Kewpie mayo. It's called Kewpie. I'll post it in the description afterwards. I mean, most mayo doesn't have any carbs anyway, so it doesn't really matter what mayo you have. Like, could be full fat, doesn't matter. We're so accustomed to thinking that mayo is so bad, but full fat, yeah, exactly. So that's good to go. What was I gonna say just now? Who's my idol? I don't really have any idols, really. Because I taught myself not to spend too much time scrolling on social media. The daily journal just supposed, okay, you make yourself a topic on the daily journal, and then after that, you go and you reply to yourself every day, and that helps you. Yeah, keto mayo would suck, I bet. So you go and put yourself a daily post, like you create topic, write your daily journal, so you can write like, I forgot who asked it, but like Alana's journal, and then you oh, it was Athena's journal, and then every day you reply to yourself. So day 1, reply, day 2, reply, day 3, reply, and you could bookmark that. So every day, and you can even put that on your phone. So when you check your phone, I made a video about that too. Maybe I'll make like a more detailed video about water fasting form if you guys want, so you guys can see it. Cece just started posting on the forum today. Cece made her accountability pledge yesterday. So if some of you are struggling with losing weight and you keep falling off track, I highly recommend going to my Patreon. I put the link right now in the description. Click the Patreon, make yourself an accountability pledge, and it not only supports me and the community, but it also supports you because you made a pledge and you put some skin in the game and you invested some money, which is like $5 anyway, which you're probably saving by fasting. But it's going to teach you that you have that accountability and you made a pledge to yourself, you made a promise to yourself, and you have to stick with it even if you fall off the wagon. So I totally appreciate that. If you guys go on there and make your accountability pledge, it's good for the community so I can keep working on it. I do have a website, but I never launched it and told you guys about it yet because I'm not done, because I'm putting like certain sections and I want to finish it up and it looks kind of wonky right now. But eventually I will give you guys the link and you guys can go check it out. But highly recommend doing that accountability pledge just for yourself as a promise to yourself with $5 if it makes you mentally commit to actually fasting and not breaking your goals and falling off track every day. Maybe that's the push that you need to stay on track. Because most likely if you spend that $5, you're going to be like, okay, I spent $5, and if I have a question, I could just shoot like a Patreon message to Yaz. Like a lot of people who are on there, they message me whenever they want because I answer those ones a lot faster. So if they have any questions or they're struggling, they shoot me a message and they say, hey, I need help with this. Can I do this? And then I reply right away because I check my Patreon the most out of anything. So yeah, that's kind of what I would recommend if you guys want. The link is here. It's patreon.com/fastforwardtohealth. Did I miss any other questions that you guys were asking? Let me check the chat. But I think that's a good for today. Remember again, food's gonna be there forever. You've probably tasted exactly what you're craving. Picture what it tastes like on your tongue. Picture what it tastes like. And remember, like, you can go a couple days without eating it, and fasting is gonna help you overall, help with your insulin resistance, and help with a lot of other things in your life, including regaining that self-control, regaining that confidence, and feeling better about yourself. Let me know when you guys are starting to do refeed, because I really want to start helping you guys with the refeed. On the forum, there's actually something called, what was it? It was the Refeed 101 post under the water fasting category. And I put like my list of what to eat for the first 5 days. So if you guys are refeeding, I highly recommend checking that out. I really, really, really would be sad if a lot of people end up gaining the weight back because they're eating high carb, low fat, and eating a bunch of sugar after their fast. So I would stick to bone broth, but there are other things you can do like green veggies. But if you're okay with bone broth, I highly, highly, highly recommend that even on a daily basis. So let's stick with that and have some discipline to keep going and finish this fast, and then do a proper refeed so we feel good, so we don't waste the efforts that you put in. And just let me know if you guys have any questions. Go back to me, like message me on Patreon and ask me these questions about I need help with refeed. If you guys are interested, then let me know. I can make like a refeed section, like a refeed coaching thing for 1 week to help you guys with the refeed, so we can plan out together, like regardless of what your diet is, we can make a plan together to help you and coach you every day for that week during refeed. If you want that, let me know. I'll go create a new section in my Patreon. But in the meantime, I highly recommend going ahead and doing the accountability pledge, which will help you a lot in the long run. So that's how I feel. Somebody asked me about processed meat during keto. In general, like even bacon is processed, and bacon is one of those staples that everyone talks about. Too much of anything is not good. Like at some point I was eating a lot of bacon, and even my boyfriend was like, it's okay, but it's not the best idea to eat it all the time because it's processed. So same thing with like pepperoni and sausages and stuff. You can eat it sometimes, but don't get in the habit of eating it too much. Sarah, the celery recipe, I made a cooking video. Check on the playlist and go down to recipes and click the celery cashew dish. So check that one out. You can replace the cashew. Okay, for that one, I just made the original one, but you can replace the starch with xanthan gum, and you can replace the cashews with something else if you want, or like shrimp or something. So check that out. And I think someone was mad that I make really long lives. They were like, oh, I like your lives, but they're like an hour long. I told them I have a lot of 10-minute videos on my channel. You just need to click on the water fasting thing. So hopefully you guys are looking at those videos, because I know if you guys are not live with me, it's really hard to do a playback on these because you have to watch for like the entire 45 minutes, which not a lot of people have time to do if you're not live. So go check out water fasting playlist on my channel. Browse through those, and if everyone today can do me a favor and just go post one of my videos somewhere, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's on, like without being too shady. You like watching my lives. Yeah, if you guys can go ahead and post one of those shorter videos on like Reddit and just tell them like, oh, look at this cool video I found, or post it on another group and just tell them, oh, look at like my transformation or something from July, the 21-day fast. People like that one, so post that one if you want, because that will help me. And I just want to like try to get to 10K subscribers. That would be awesome. If you guys can support me in doing that, it would make me really happy. So thank you so much again for watching. I love you guys as always, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 10 live. So excited. Edited video is coming out next week, and I started writing a lot of other videos with some good topics like five, what is it again? I wrote a title for it. It's my 5 biggest fasting mistakes, and then I'm going to talk about sugar withdrawal symptoms. So I have a lot of videos lined up. That one's coming out next week, and then after that I'll have a couple more videos, but you guys just wait for that one. You guys, when I post that one, you better repost it everywhere, okay? Because I worked hard on that one. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys. Mwah. Happy fasting. Go share my videos. Like this video if you guys haven't, and comment after I post it so everybody else can see your comments in case they don't turn on the chat. So I love you guys. Day 10 tomorrow. We're at our next milestone. If you're on day 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, you're not even starting and you want to start tomorrow, you're good to go. We have your back. I'm supporting you the whole way. You guys are supporting me by coming on these lives, so I love you so much. Please share my videos. Go on Patreon, do your accountability pledge, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah! I'll see you guys. Bye. Happy fasting.